The Smoking Gun, only on Battle
Royale with you. That's right.
Hey, you're listening to The Smoking Gun, Episode 3, Pod Hard with a Vengeance, brackets Gremlins. Today I am joined by Andy.
Hello.
And I'm joined by Kahal.
Hello. Just thought Andy was going for like a
Hello. Is it? Anyway. Unfortunately today we haven't got the beautiful Alton from BattleRoyaleWithCheese.com. Is it .com or is it .co.uk?
Should we check?
We should probably check that. I'll tell you what, do both. If it's not BattleRoyaleWithCheese.com, it'll definitely be .co.uk. Unless it's .org if they haven't paid their bills. Alton, unfortunately cannot be with us today. However, we will probably be posting this on Battle Royale with Cheese. You'll also find us on our Facebook, which is facebook.com/The Smoking Gun Podcast. Mm-hmm. And also on Twitter at _The Smoking Gun _. See, I remembered it this time.
Very good.
I always thought that was Andy's bit to do that.
That was last time. It was Andy's bit because I can remember.
It's fine.
I'm Andy's gonna get less royalties this time. So today we're going to do something slightly different. We're going to review Gremlins, the beautiful 1984 epic, directed by Joe Dante, who has done how many other films? What other films has he done?
He's done Small Soldiers.
The Boobs.
Nice.
Yeah.
Not so much on Small Soldiers.
And Inner Space, which is great.
Which is a great film.
And The Howling. And the original Piranha film as well.
So he's not done bad, that lad.
Cult classics.
Cult classics. The Howling. I always remember growing up, and The Howling was always in the video shop. We'll be talking a lot about the video shop today, as we're going back to 1984. The Howling was always there, and had a much more terrifying cover than the actual film was.
The cover is especially.
It's like, I'm making a claw movement. You clearly can't see. This is why we should do a video podcast.
Yeah.
As I said, we're going to do things a little bit differently today. We're going to be watching this as well as recording us, which I've already made instantly more complicated than it actually should be sounding. But you can do two things at home. You can do many things at home, but you can do two things at home while listening to this. You can either listen to this without watching Gremlins, or you can queue it all up and watch Gremlins with us talking in the background, if you're that way inclined. So we've rented this off iTunes, which is one of the ways that you can get this. Obviously, there are many other ways to get this. Don't do it the other way, the bad way. Otherwise, we won't be able to go and see these films.
You could always, tape it off the telly. Do people still do that? Is that illegal?
Is that illegal?
I don't think so.
Is it morally illegal?
I have a back catalogue of stuff taped off the telly with Tipex writing in it and stuff like that.
Because there's nothing to play it on, of course.
Oh God, no.
I used to have Return of the Jedi taped from Boxing Day from God knows how many years ago. I found that the other day.
It's always great going back though, when you would normally fast forward through the ads, but then you actually look back at some of them, they're crazy.
I always remember that a lot of my films were cut an hour into it due to the fact that the ITV News was always on.
That's
right.
right.
At 10 o'clock. That's weird. I remember today my first two times of trying to watch Gremlins. One was I watched up until the hour part, and then I had to go to bed, and then that was it. This was only last year. It must have been when I was about 8 or 9, maybe a little bit older. No, 9. And then another time, which was quite apt, it was after the 1990 World Cup.
Ah.
It was on after. It was I think, it was on the Sunday. And that's the first time I ever watched it all the way through.
I was saying to you earlier, I don't think I've seen this movie in about 10 years. And Andy, you were saying actually you're not sure if you've ever actually seen it before.
Well, before watching it, I thought I had seen it, but turns out I don't recognise any of it really.
What did you think Gremlins was?
Well, no, I was aware of Mogwai and what they look like and stuff, and I knew the soundtrack, but actually I guess I must have seen clips or seen bits of it on TV. I'm wondering. I mean, you know, it's quite for a PG film. It's got some pretty shocking
Is
stuff
it PG?
in it. PG. It was one of the first films. One of the same films, along with Temple of Doom, that caused the MPAA to look into making the PG-13 category because of the violence.
Temple of Doom's pretty fucking like close to the bone for a PG film.
Yeah, definitely.
Monkey brains.
And yeah, so I presume it was cut when it was on telly.
I honestly cannot remember. We're talking about the era where the ITV movie of the week, usually either a Wednesday or a Thursday, if I remember rightly, and I could be very wrong. Please let us know if there's any 30-somethings in the audience. They used to cut the shit out of films. Like, it's just like, before we talk about cutting anything, I haven't done my disclaimer.
Oh, yeah, go on.
My disclaimer. Anyway, yes, so if you're listening this far, you probably already guessed that I swear quite a lot more than the other two that I'm going to be saying with today. And guess what? There's going to be spoilers, but it's a 30-year-old film. Shame on you if you don't know even the brief synopsis of what this film is about. But all the same, be prepared to be upset by spoilers. Not just about this film as well. I'm pretty much guaranteed to spoil a lot of films for you.
I think that's always best that we say any film ever made.
Yes.
There could be a spoiler.
Yeah, there is going to be spoilers all over the place, not just for the film we're reviewing. Going back to cutting, there was the time where Die Hard got cut, and it was Yippee-ki-yay, Muddy Funster.
Wasn't it?
You can't do that.
Wasn't it Melon Farmer? Isn't that?
It's the Melon Farmer's like there's an airline cut of it with Melon Farmer on and stuff like that, and there's all kinds of stuff. But this is back in the day where it used to be terrible dialogue put over the top. You can find there's a YouTube video of the best TV edits.
Shaun of the Dead's DVD is a good airline cut with all the swearing being different as well.
In Hot Fuzz as well, when they go through and they go as they say, peas and rice instead of Jesus Christ. Because he's funk ugly.
My favourite one is in Shaun of the Dead where Nick Frost calls Pete Serafinowicz' character a prick, and it's changed to prink. Prink. Brilliant.
Have you ever seen the Scarface cut? It's like, where did you get that scar? Eating pussy? And then the cut is, where did you get that scar? Eating pineapple?
I want to go back to Die Hard. Melon Farmer.
Yippee-ki-yay, Melon Farmer.
It's like, Alan Rickman just must have been like, that prick. Melon Farmer.
You're not a melon, I'm fucking European. What is he? He's Hans Gruber. Oh, he's going to be German. Yeah, he is actually.
Yeah. But the accent gives it away.
Alright, he could have been somewhere else. From Brussels. Prague. Should we crack on?
Yeah.
Because the other two picks were...
Oh, yes.
Ghostbusters.
Jesus Christ, I'm missing out so much stuff. Thank you for everyone who voted for Gremlins. We had either Die Hard or Ghostbusters, which was hot on its tails. I think we chose Gremlins over the other two just because we hadn't seen them in fucking ages. And it doesn't get much shout-outs anymore. You'll always see kind of nerdy t-shirts with Gizmo on and stuff like that. Oddly enough, in the last couple of days on Instagram and Tumblr and stuff like that, I've seen a lot of people with Gizmo tattoos.
Really?
Bizarre, of all the things. It's cool, but who knows. But thank you to everyone who kind of got in touch on our Facebook page. We're also kind of running the poll on the Facebook page for the 90s film that we're going to review. I think at the moment, should we get the results while I'm queuing the video up?
Yeah.
I know Clueless has got a few.
Clueless is we might have to pull rank on that and ask whether Clueless is actually a blockbuster.
In a bit that won't be in the podcast, Donya said if we do Clueless, she'd well up for being on it.
That's cool.
So just worth keeping in mind.
That's fine.
There's a lot in there though. There's
Leon's
got a few votes.
Yeah, man.
Well, one definitely.
The weird thing about it is that we said let's do a poll, and it was just yeah, let's do this, and then all of a sudden I'm like, oh, we could just sit and review all these films. It's fine. It's fine. It doesn't matter.
But as I was saying to you, Rich, everyone loves a poll.
Yes.
Just you push the button and
Yeah.
you see did your one win.
I know,
That's what you want.
but the point is, because I've changed the add your vote to yippee-ki-yay.
Yeah. Some people were what?
What do I press?
You press that. You press that.
You
button.
press that button.
It's a movie reference.
It's a movie. Get with it. Get with it now. How are we looking, Andy?
Let's have a look. Currently tied for first place are Clueless, The Matrix, and Independence Day.
Interesting.
My heart says Independence Day.
I was going to say the same as you.
I have a lot of fond memories. I think anyone who listened to our previous podcast, episode 2, Pod Harder, where we reviewed Edge of Tomorrow, will know that we kind of... I think it was I kind of vetoed Jurassic Park because it would be too obvious and too easy. Because I think as a group, as a foursome anyway, I think we completely, utterly love that film. And we'd probably be able to pull anything apart, but as you will hear in the next hour and a bit. But I think Jurassic Park would be too easy. So I think that, we'll keep votes open for a lot longer, because I want to see Fight Club, going to get. That's one of my favourite films from the 90s. Matrix is on there as well.
I was just going to say, actually, the director of Gremlins, Joe Dante.
Yeah.
He was considered for director of Jurassic Park.
No way. Oh, hang on. Wasn't he the one who wanted all the kind of the stop motion stuff? I remember this very briefly from the making of Jurassic Park. And they said no, they went with Spielberg because he was willing to go for CG. And that's where I'm wrong. We'll get that sorted. That's fine. So, those of you who are watching at home, first of all, have I missed anything out?
I don't think so.
I'm sure we're good to go. Excellent stuff. So, those of you who are watching at home, queue up your computers, streamers, VHSs, DVDs,
Laserdiscs.
Betamax, Laserdisc, mad props there, bro. Have I said DVDs? Blu-ray, CDRs. If you happen to acquire this in some way that you don't know how you did, then just whatever you're playing it through, set it onto 0, and we're about to watch the 1984 masterpiece. Drum roll, please.
That was like
that sounds more like the jungle drums out of Predator.
It did a little bit.
Ah.
We should watch Predator.
Should we just sack Gremlins off and just watch Predator? No. Stick to the cause. So, 1984 epic. Thank you, please. Gremlins. I don't know why we all went silent. Have I got subtitles on? Of course, we can't watch this with the sound on because we don't want Warner Brothers. The beautiful people at Warner Brothers, I'm sure they are beautiful, and they wouldn't do such a thing, come around in my house and shooting me in the face with a law gun.
Straight off the bat, you were talking about how this is set in the same set as Back to the Future.
Yes.
This doesn't look like Back to the
Not this part. So we're currently in Chinatown.
Yeah.
And
watching.
Got a bit of narration from Hoyt Axton, who plays...
Hoyt Axton, who
Awesome
plays...
name.
What's his name? There's a... what's the kid's name? Is it... I want
Billy.
Billy. Second Predator reference. That's good. So
the car that you see broken down and smoking is it's a gremlin. It's called that car.
yes, it is, and it's got the logo of it is not unsimilar to the.
Here's Half Pint from Indiana Jones.
Half pint.
Half pint.
What did I?
Short round.
What?
What's half pint?
I don't know, but I'm thirsty now.
Is that your nickname for your penis?
I do wonder whether his New York Yankees cap is deliberate, but
it came out at the same time.
Yeah.
Did it come out at the same time?
But Spielberg obviously was involved in both. So
Oh yeah.
there's a lot of Spielberg references throughout this film. We'll try and point them out.
So essentially, this guy is an inventor. It starts off with him as with this kind of monologue.
Yeah.
And from what I can, it doesn't really come into it again after that, or
He narrates the opening, just explaining the story, and the film closes with him
That's
as
right.
well.
Doing a narration, but it comes across as this weird film noir-y kind of gumshoe, kind of weird.
Here we go, the bathroom buddy.
based on that guy.
the guys there going, nah, fuck you, mate.
Yeah.
Nah, I don't care.
Shaving mirror, he hasn't shaved in years. Look at that awesome
look at it,
beard.
look at it. Why would you want your toenails clipper to be right near your toothbrush?
Also, shaving mirror seems to be on the other side of the bathroom buddy to the razor,
Yeah.
which is problematic.
The-
Now, we were saying earlier that, and our British listeners will get this reference, Hoyt Axton appears to be an American Onslow from Keeping Up Appearances.
Yeah. He is cut out of it. Because Andy said to me, doesn't he look a bit like... And I went, Onslow?
Fucking hell, and he does. Oh.
It's amazing to me as well how how kind of natural people are in this environment. He's in this really creepy, weird underground, like bizarre shop. I don't know. It's just, and you see it more throughout the movie. Just how everyone just kind of takes everything like it's just the most normal thing ever.
People are very nonchalant when extraordinary things happen.
Yeah. So
That's an amazing quote to have, like on a T-shirt or something like that. Amazing. That guy's in loads of things. Now it's clearly a Chinatown district.
it is.
It's not in China.
But it's so he's not in China.
No, it's Chinatown.
It's right. But that's cleared something up from my childhood. Then I always thought he was in China.
Here we go.
Here we go.
We're being introduced to the Mogwai, who sings for some reason.
Is it? I'm not gonna do it. No, that's terrible. That's fucking. Ooh, it's horrible. So, this is gonna be the main downfall of this podcast: is the fact that we're just watching the movie.
Just silence.
Silence every now and again. So he's I've never noticed this before, but he's quite clearly Short Round and Data from Data from Goonies and Half-Pint, whoever Half-Pint is.
Although it is a different child actor.
It is a different child actor, yeah. It's clearly a nod.
So the dude is trying to buy the Mogwai now from the old man. He's offered him $100. He's offered him $200. He's at sale he cannot sell him for any price. Yet he does have him in his shop.
Yeah.
Where you tend to buy things.
Yeah, and by the looks of things, these motherfuckers could do with the cash.
Yeah, and the kid just completely rats out his grandpa.
Yeah.
Just meets him out the back alley.
Doesn't even go, oh wait, there may be a reason why I can't.
Yeah.
Grandfather's not selling this. Is it because it's almost like it's like selling the plague monkey out of Outbreak?
He's crazy. We need the money. He did look crazy.
He did. Yeah. In all fairness, the one weird eye.
It looks a bit like Blade Runner.
It does.
Fucking hell, that's amazing.
It's very odd.
Have you ever seen Black Rain? The Michael Douglas kind of...
Yeah, well, he fights the Yakuza.
Yeah. So it's Michael Douglas versus the Yakuza. It's fucking class.
That's amazing.
There's a lot of motorbike kind of action. It's really good.
Was it Thingy Garcia has quite an untimely death in it?
Yeah.
Spoiler!
We did have there as well the three rules.
The 3 rules, which are...
don't eat yellow snow.
No. The 3... sorry, I'll cut you off there. Rockin' Ricky Rialto, part of my childhood bullying, right there. So as a child, I couldn't say my R's, they came out as W's. So they used to... when this was on telly... there we go, credits!
Yeah.
Fucking hell. When it was on telly, the guys in school, my so-called friends... got me to say Rockin' Ricky Rialto with my small speech impediment, which came out as Walkin' Wiki Rialto.
Like Jonathan Ross.
Like Jonathan Ross or Was.
Yeah.
So, fucking hell, this is Hill Valley.
Yeah, more or less.
Holy shit, that's the cafe he goes into in Back to the Future. And you could argue those are the trees that Riggs comes out of at the start of Lethal Weapon.
So, going back to the rules.
Oh yeah, sorry.
The 3 important rules are no bright lights, especially sunlight, that will kill Mogwai.
Kill his ass.
Oh yeah.
Kill him dead.
Kill him dead.
Don't get him wet.
Yeah.
And
my ex-wife.
Land.
And don't feed him after midnight.
Yeah.
I wonder if those rules will get broken during the course of this movie.
I wonder. I reckon it's going to be a pretty piss-poor film if they don't. For the eagle-eyed... I say eagle-eyed, it's in bright orange and red letters on the screen. People amongst you will have seen Corey Feldman is in this film.
And Judge Reinhold.
And Judge Reinhold. Judge the Man Reinhardt.
I thought you were going to say Jerry Goldsmith does the music for it.
No, I see.
It's a cracking score.
Yeah.
It is a very good set. Very, you can see kind of where Danny Elfman gets his references from.
Steven Spielberg, of course, the executive producer. You can see his hand in this quite a bit.
Kathleen Kennedy, who's currently revamping Star Wars.
Ah, nice.
Is she at the helm? Is she? Like,
She is.
What is
she's
she
on the
when-
bridge, you might say. In the cockpit.
Oh, okay. Is this the cockpit of the Millennium Falcon that killed Harrison Ford?
Yeah.
The
So,
irony.
So we've been introduced to Billy, our kind of protagonist, and
He's a clean-cut kid.
He is.
He's
He's
kind of-
straight A.
he's kind of like an 80s Andrew Garfield, a little bit.
Oh, nice. However, I think he only did these two films. Did he do
No,
anything
he's in
else?
a lot of cult classic. Well, I say cult classic. He's in a lot of terrible horror films.
Let's conduct a little search here. Also, there his racist neighbour.
Yeah. Who me and Andy realised is the guy from the gun store in Terminator. Uzi 9mm.
A Boy's Life and Watch the Skies. That gets like
Watch the Skies, isn't that what Close Encounters of the Third Kind was going to be
it was
called?
called, yeah. And A Boy's Life. What was that? That was something.
E.T.?
That was E.T. Yeah.
Possibly.
No, I think it was E.T.
I like the way that Billy kind of walks away from his racist neighbour in much the same way that I think we've all done to kind of...
Racist neighbours.
Yeah.
However, that's great marketing right there because I could smash the fuck out of a Burger King right there. And I need a haircut as well, barbershop.
There was a drugstore there
There's
as
a drugstore,
well.
and I need wait. But again, because this is clearly the set of that, I think that bit where he's going in now in Back to the Future, we'll talk about more Back to the Future than we have Gremlins here. I apologise. Is the gym class that he skates past and he waves to the girls.
Oh, nice, okay.
So Billy's gone to work in the bank.
Where he brings his dog.
Apparently he's just allowed to bring his dog.
Of course you are.
Also, will soon to meet Phoebe Katz or Kate?
Kate, so I'm going to say Kate.
Pretty sure I called her Phoebe Katz my entire life.
He was in Waxwork as well.
If you look now as well, Phoebe Katz is actually dressed from Chun-Li from Street Fighter. I mean...
Her dress looks like it's made out of Christmas paper.
She even has the hair though.
That's
And
fucking
the-
terrible. Do you reckon that's a nod?
I don't know.
No, the other way around, not like this Street Fighter. It's like, Joe Dante can secretly see into the future.
There's also a bit here, so essentially the two of them work in the back, and she tells him, cross your T.
Yeah.
What?
What?
Who doesn't cross their
doesn't
T?
cross
It's
their
an I,
Ts?
otherwise.
Yeah. Oh, here she comes, the Wicked Witch of the West. She's pissed. This is
Mrs. Deagle.
Yeah, the busybody.
Me and Andy were discussing earlier as well. This woman may have some, mental problems, but everyone just seems to go with it.
We've all been there. Like
There's that Burger King again.
Yeah. Oh, cheeky bitch. So,
Look at this guy underneath
Yeah.
the Union sign. What is he doing? This extra.
hang on.
That's not
That's
extra.
not
That's
extra.
your
That's
man.
his racist neighbour.
Yeah.
Oh, so it is.
What's he doing? They're just looking.
And he just shrugs and walks off.
Yeah. With the sound off, this looks way more sinister. It's got it's got a little bit of the feeling like the start of Halloween.
Mm.
Don't know. This is a bit weird.
So
she's money orientated. The bitch.
she's kind of Cruella de Vil for this film, I guess.
Yeah.
Twins there looking a bit.
She's
kind of.
Shining
She's
eyes.
Scrooge, is what she is.
She's yes.
Yeah, that's better.
That's better in a Christmas film. Yes. You said he's been like so. You were talking about what's his name? Zach Galligan was in a lot of cult films. Did these films ever get made, or because I'm looking through the
I know
list?
he's in Hatchet 3. I know that much.
well,
It's
fuck
no
me.
Hatchet 2,
It
though.
isn't. It's not.
They really sold out after
He played a character called Rog in Xander Lee. So I'm going to see we'll also look at dogs. Fucking awesome in this film.
Yeah, good dog acting. I always appreciate a good bit of dog acting.
Fucking hell, he was in a film with Nick Cage
Oh, no.
and Erica Anderson. Oh no, that's not who I think it is. I'm thinking of Erica.
You're thinking of the chick
Millennia.
from Under
from
Siege.
Yeah.
Just while we're here as well, so this lady is maintaining that Billy's dog smashed her China snowman.
Giant China snowman, which she put in her front garden.
And
It'll be fucking funny, love.
She says she's going to put him in a spin dryer on a high heat.
Yeah.
And the guy just in the back next to her goes, "That'll do it." And she is now being attacked by this dog, who nowadays would be instantly put down.
Oh yeah.
And here we've got Judge Reinhold as the kind of junior manager of the bank.
Who am I thinking of? That's clearly Judge Reinhold. Who was I thinking of? Judd Nelson, I was thinking of. I wonder why you looked at me weird when I was talking about his floppy hair.
That's what she says. Mangy cur. You don't hear that often these days.
You
Calling a
don't.
dog a cur. Or anyone a cur.
Or anybody. Well, times have changed since 1984. It meant a different thing back then.
And Judge Reinhold has just called him a putz.
Yeah.
You putz.
Fucking putz. Yeah, that's the way. That's the way. Now, could you say that that Spaced gave that a little bit of a nod there in one of their episodes? I'm going to go with yes. Why not?
Judge Reinhold turns up at the bar afterwards to give Billy a hard time about the dog attacking a customer, which, is a pretty good reason to give him a hard time. He's a complete dick. And doesn't appear in the film after this.
We assume that he took a drug overdose because it is Christmas and he got visited by 3 ghosts. We'll assume.
Is that how Christmas Carol ends? Massive heroin.
Massive heroin. No, you went to heroin, not me, son. I was merely going to go to meth.
Judge Reinhold 23 in this film, apparently.
Jesus.
He was probably like 35, actually, or something.
What did he do? Did he go straight to Beverly Hills Cop after this?
This is after Fast Times at Richmond High.
Yeah.
There she is again, speaking of Fast Times at Richmond High.
Phoebe... What? Is she in Fast Times at Richmond High, Phoebe Cates?
She exposes her breasts in Fast Times at Richmond High.
All I know about Fast Times at Richmond High is Spicoli.
Yeah. Ordering a pizza to school. Nice.
So, the impression I have here is she works in this bar for free. I don't really understand why that is, other than to get her in the bar.
She's working in the bar to get her through stripper college, to get her through real college.
Hey, tell you what, stripper college is nothing to fucking sneeze at. That shit is hard.
Okay, there's this recurring thing now where Billy walks in and the sword falls off the wall, and you think, oh, that'll come back.
Yeah.
It doesn't. No,
It doesn't come back. You were talking about pacing earlier. Wonderful Life, a little bit. That gets mentioned in a lot of films.
Little factoid for you. Chris Columbus, who wrote this, also wrote some other films, which I can't remember off the top of my head, all of which feature clips from A Wonderful Life. Home Alone 1 and 2.
Yeah. That's what I was trying to get. Some more Peltzer shit.
So Billy's dad, the inventor, invents an egg machine that just smashes eggs into a bowl.
So basically, it's got a plastic chicken head that just headbutts an egg. It's quite an odd metaphor, I feel. I got like the elephant toothpick holder. That's quite cool. Oh, Dad,
Look.
he's such a cunt. Oh, he said the C word. We'll have to beep that out. Sorry, everyone.
Okay. The wife is. How much onions does she need?
I tell you what, that onion paella is
No,
it's Christmas. What is she making
What
with
is
all
she-
that onion?
Yeah.
And eggs.
And why is she so close to the telly?
She's just making everyone omelets for Christmas.
She's off her face on fucking painkillers. Fucking.
You know she is.
She's like she's been on the gin since her dad went away. Her dad, since Billy, the inventor dad's gone away.
So here's the inventor dad, as we're now going to call him, I guess.
Inventor dad
singing some random sort of Christmassy-esque.
You know he's drunk as well, though. She's on the gin and he's
Yeah.
on the whiskey.
And what's that rap set behind him?
Oh.
A present for Billy.
This is again more to the point how just people just seem to go, oh, okay, it's a freaky little bear thing.
Yeah. What is it? A bird cage? If any motherfucker bought me a bird cage for Christmas, I'd throw down. I'm 33 and I'd still throw down.
It's a puppy, isn't it?
It's a puppy. No, we've already got another dog. Look to your left. Where did she go to dim the lights? Oh yeah, no.
Look at the size of the area.
Fucking, what we can't see is the entire street has fucking exploded because it was dodgy fucking electrics.
Yeah, he's just got it wired to the mains.
A little bit like, not Jeff Bridges, the other Bridges.
Bow Bridges.
Bow Bridges. And then you've got his dad, Bill Bridges.
So this is the this is the first reveal of Gizmo the Mogwai.
In all fairness, designed pretty fucking coolly.
Now, I have a question for you, Rich. You were what, like 21 when this film came out?
Yeah. You fucking motherfuckers. We reviewed you born when this came out.
I was -2.
I was born in '88, so this was
wow.
before my time.
Jesus, I was 3 when this came out.
I presume that a lot of Mogwais got sold for Christmas.
I honestly, I wish I could remember. This is oddly enough. So this is like kind of like the first film that we're reviewing that had like quite a successful line of merchandise, you could say. So, but if you think about it, this came out the same year as Ghostbusters: Temple of Doom. So like, toy shops were going fucking ape. But there was so many of those T-shirts with the graphic from the front of the video, which is like kind of like the Christmas box, which isn't in the film. With like Gizmo's,
watch out! She's going.
Gizmo's hands coming out. So basically, there was 2 T-shirts knocking about at this time, or years to come afterwards, which was like the Ghostbusters, stop sign with a ghost in it, and like the Gremlins one. But that was about it. I don't think they actually brought out any toys until the second one, or like a lot longer after. Because if you think about it, it's not a toy-making film. Like, it's not like.
I think it came out today.
Oh Jesus!
That would be the primary.
Yeah.
It's already been like Furbies, which were pretty much Gremlins.
Yeah, I mean, like if you look back, I mean, there was a shoe company which we shan't name. Oh fuck it, Reebok. Yeah. Reebok brought out a pair of Reebok pumps inspired by Gremlins, and they were kind of like white and brown patch with like pink the Reebok pump logo on it and stuff like that. That only came out like 4 or 5 years ago. So there's like always like little reference to it and stuff like that.
So the father just says, "Oh, they're called Mogwai. It's a Chinese word or something." And then he goes, "I've just been calling him Gizmo. He seems to like it."
Now, sorry.
No, go on, you.
The reason why they call him Gizmo is part of the cut bits out of it. So if we talk about any kind of cutting in this, like, there is a rough cut of this version, which I'd love to see because it's probably going to be ridiculous, which is nearly 3 hours long. So they call him Gizmo because he's playing with the bathroom buddy,
right?
And he's kind of figuring it out and stuff like that. So he just calls him Gizmo because of that, which would have been much better to see than like loads of reaction shots to Gizmo, like, or just for him pissing about with it.
Yeah. But again, it's just how coolly people take this weird little freaky monster thing, like someone has just given him a puppy.
So this tiny bear can talk, is fairly intelligent, actually more intelligent than most of the fucking.
It can play a keyboard, so pretty intelligent.
Yeah, it's more intelligent than me. I can't play a keyboard.
I play chopsticks pretty well.
I can only play chopsticks like a big.
Yeah. You've gone through many a keyboard, like, stomping on it.
Not again.
I can use chopsticks.
Yes.
I've seen Chopsticks, the musical. But yeah, nobody questions the fact that this is like a fucking like talking bear. Like miniature talking bear.
You know, did someone like go, is this an alien? Can I sell my story to a newspaper and somehow get loaded off this? He just takes them in as part of the family.
See, that's your modern cynical mind.
Come on, you did the same.
Another good bit of dog acting. Dog's sort of going to sleep.
More Pelter inventions. Nobody questions the fact that Billy spoons the dog. Just go throw that out there.
It's a love like no other.
It is.
It's interesting that Billy's dad bought him a new pet because he seems to be a really irresponsible pet owner.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I mean, Christ, the dog smashed some woman's thing, then he brings it to work with him.
Yeah.
Now,
Here we go.
everyone watch this now. He puts the orange in the juicer, as you would imagine. Watch what happens when things inevitably go wrong. Now, if I used a juicer and it started spraying orange pulp everywhere, I'd probably get out of the way. Watch what he does now.
Just sits there and takes it. Yeah. He gets off on it, Andy.
Like the old Tango adverts. I think this is Corey Feldman, yeah.
There he is.
there he
Feldman
is.
dressed as a tree. Inexplicably, because it never comes back. It's not like he
Yeah.
uses that as a disguise to trick the Gremlins later or anything.
The mum gets attacked by a Christmas tree. Look how fucking young he looks, bless him.
He's got that bowl cut thing going on.
Hey, there was nothing wrong with that haircut. That is a strong haircut right there. That's a man's haircut.
Corey Feldman, of course, who's also in The Burbs.
Yes. The Burbs, Goonies, Lost Boys, Stand By Me.
Watching a bit of a Clark Gable film here. I don't know what film this is. There's a lot of sort of cinema references in this film where people are watching films or, you know, in the cinema, and I guess that's deliberate.
Well, in the second one, like we may get to the second one today, we may not. But in the second one, like there's a whole Rambo montage of.
Well, he's got the Road Warrior there, which I presume is Mad Max.
The
Is
poster.
that, yeah, is that correct?
Yeah.
So here comes Corey Feldman's character Pete. Also, you'll see
We should probably say, so
Billy just starts stripping off in front of
Billy
the
is
child.
at least 21 because we just saw him in a bar. Pete is probably
14? No.
Billy just starts undressing in front of him. You would not have a scene like this in a film today. It's very odd.
So here he goes. What is this? It's under the blanket. It's a new pet. Neat. That's it. Neat. That's his reaction to it.
And you're like, motherfucker's a talking miniature bear.
Yeah.
What? Like, we're going to go to this, and he treats it like a baby. If you notice as well, Gizmo goes through at least 4 different heads,
Yeah.
which is really weird.
Oh, look at Corey Feldman's little face.
Yeah, lovable tyke, now full of crack.
Not in like the Irish way of saying it.
No.
Well, maybe.
Maybe he is full of the crake.
So this is also quite a revealing scene here where Pete asks can he pet him or something like that, and is about to tip over a large amount of water on him. So you had 3 rules. He was shining light in his face like there was no tomorrow. Now look at the amount of terror and pain he seems to be in.
And
he's smoking.
Yeah, it's quite distressing actually.
Yeah.
Pretty intense.
Yeah,
Especially
another head for Gizmo there.
You said it's like he's having a seizure.
That is grim as well, though.
He's got different heads, much like Wurzel Gummidge.
Yeah.
good
Good reference. However, like, there was
Where's the
19 people in Canada that listen to us on a weekly basis.
Look up Wurzel Gummidge.
Ooh.
people.
I was terrified of Wurzel Gummidge.
It was quite creepy.
Wurzel Gummidge is fucking weird, man.
John Pertwee, right?
Yeah. I always like looking at it as if like
Hello,
hello.
link. John Pertwee was considered for the role of the old Chinese man at the start of this.
Yeah, he was. Like, of all the fucking weird things that were like John Pertwee. But saying that, I was watching Frasier today, and
We were watching Frasier today.
Bishop Brennan is
Yeah,
in
yeah.
an episode. Like, it's just like, what the fuck?
I take it he didn't get kicked up the arse.
No, he didn't get kicked in the ass.
So, pouring water on a mogwai basically makes
gives
it
birth.
asexually reproduce a bunch of other mogwai.
Yeah.
Which kind of fly out of pustules on his back, which is quite grim.
Christ, you made us sound fucking disgusting. Jesus Christ.
But these mogwai are not.
And
Not any mogwai.
so, Pete was asking him at the start, could he have one? Which is where he is now. And he wants the guy with the little mohawk thing going on.
Stripe.
Uh-huh. There you go. Oh, yeah. Then he takes a bite out of him. So here you go. This thing is just
Isn't it
reproduced
going
loads
yeah.
of different things. And this is incredible, isn't it? Yeah.
Yeah. Oh, yeah,
it's
it's neat. It's neat. Look at this. Look at this from the future. It's 3D.
But
It's green and red.
That's what kids would be like now. Like, I mean, Christ, they barely had the internet back then.
Yeah.
We cut away to see Billy's dad working on another machine, a gigantic card dealer.
It looks like Shunt from Robot Wars.
I just realised why you're explaining every scene, because we said like you don't have to watch it. So I'm sitting there going like, this isn't like a read along or something like that. He's made an improvement to the bathroom, buddy. Watch this. It just spits hot shaving foam into his face.
There's something slightly pervy about the amount of stuff that gets sprayed in people's faces in this as well.
You say that it's a fucking like an ejaculation metaphor.
That's exactly what I'm saying.
Funny enough, ejaculation metaphor is the name of my Slayer tribute band.
I knew where you were going with
So you
that.
go, don't press that button.
Don't press that button. Don't press
leave
it.
it around. It's in my mouth.
It needs. This film would be great with a laugh track. I say it would be great. It'd be fucking awful.
You can edit one in if you want.
Should I do it just like on YouTube now? Just nick a laugh track from Friends and just put it over the top of this.
See Onslow. Look how much it looks like Onslow.
Donkey Kong, rad. Always wanted one of those as a kid.
It's a miniature arcade cabinet.
Yeah, it's just like an LCD game kind of thing. Very big in the day. I like that the dog's going, oh, for fuck's sake. They ruin Christmas and all.
So we established that the striped Mogwai is the leader of the pack. He's got a little tuft of white hair that looks like part of Doc Brown's wig. And he's just gobbed all over the floor. Apparently no one seems bothered by this.
Yeah. He's a cheeky one. The thing is, though, you could probably just take them all out with one fell swoop as well. Does it? You know, after a while, don't get a dog for Christmas, this kind of stuff. You know, like in a few years' time, like he's going to be off to college, he's like, what the fuck am I going to do with all these?
We'll see that. Gizmo's like 6 foot tall. Just moping around the house, going.
It's like Sasquatch or something.
Listening to Jesus and Mary tune. Bit all mopey. I broke up with Jennifer. Fucking hell, Gizmo, you're 18.
Yeah.
Alright.
You're not my real mom.
You're not my real mum. Oh, no. Where's the dog? Ah, look at them there. Butter will melt. However, they turn into deranged killers.
And this bit I find quite distressing.
This is awful, this bit. There's two really, really sad bits. Because that's not even like a prop dog.
That's a real dog.
That's a real dog. It's a fucking Spielberg film. Poor bastard. Oh, is it? No, that's a prop dog. That's not a prop dog. That's a prop mum.
Now,
what the fuck is that?
Now, I have a real problem with this. Because obviously, halfway through the film, spoiler alert, the Gremlins go crazy. And at the moment, Billy's dad is waving a load of homemade weapons around. You think, oh, these are coming back. He's going to use this mechanised hammer to kill some gremlins. Never seen again.
Nothing at all. However, the turning point in the film is amazing.
Like she shoves her face in next to boiling hot coffee. Don't do it.
She knows how bad his inventions are.
Yeah.
This is it, like...
Spits out Robocop's food. What's that? What's the green thing?
It's an artichoke.
Yeah, that's powering a fan.
It's like the people that make potato clocks, right?
Yeah.
But
so we were discussing earlier how Billy's dad
he's mentally ill.
Clearly 1 year away from a drunk driving off a bridge.
And you know that
killing a prostitute.
Yeah. And Billy's going to come home one day and the mother's head will be in the oven. And it will be sweet relief for her. Here he is again, dropping water on them.
Just essentially torturing his pet.
Yeah. And this is where you're not...
What's that guy in? He's in stuff.
Oh. This local school science teacher who has... this reaction shot goes on for ages.
The pacing of this film is fucking terrible.
Is he in The Wire or something like that? Yeah, we were talking about the pacing. It's just what.
An entire that was a close up of a man raising his fucking eyebrows. I tell you what, Citizen Kane, this is not.
He's going to run some tests on it. I mean,
what?
But again, this is a man of science, right?
Yeah.
And not even he questions it. He goes, "Oh, yeah, I got them the microwave. Oh, okay, cool.
You jump water on it, and another one pops out. Cool. Can I keep it?
This is the biggest scientific find in the last, 100 years. Is there life? Oh, here he is perving on a.
There you go. So yeah, we were talking about the dog being strung up. That's quite a distressing scene. But also Phoebe Cates' story about her dad.
Yeah, we'll come on to that.
That is fucking brutal. And let's not forget, this was a PG. Apparently they did want to release this at Christmas, but Warner Brothers said they had nothing to go up against Indiana Jones, so they rushed it through.
Yeah.
But no, if there's you can't really kind of say, that's the reason why it doesn't really flow well. But if there's a 2 hour and 40 minutes, I don't know. What would you want? Would you want more kind of backstory of Billy? Less?
Yeah.
Jesus. So, the crazy racist neighbour starts talking about Gremlins.
And World War II. Or WWII is the subtitle says.
That's what he says, yeah.
Is that what he says, is it?
So I don't know whether the inference on this is that Gremlins are some sort of communist.
There's a touch of that.
Communist kind of plot to destroy American machinery.
This was all kind of was it 1984? What's that? That's all kind of Red Dawn era and stuff like that. Those kind of fucking films where it's just oh god, where Russians were bad. Ironically, now the majority of Russians are insane bastards.
Well, let's. Not sure if I can agree with you on that.
We'll cut that out.
Any of our Russian listeners, obviously, exempt from that.
The cool ones are fine. The unhomophobic ones are fine. We got political there. I apologise.
The snow in this film looks like kind of icing. It's very odd.
Yeah, this was filmed in July or something like that. It just has that feel about it.
Here we go. This is the story, isn't it?
No, not yet.
Is it not? Is it? Oh no, it's when they're trapped, isn't it? Spoilers for everyone. Apparently these pair get trapped at some point.
So this is, it's just, she's explaining to Billy, what's her name?
Phoebe Cates.
Phoebe Cates' character.
Phoebe Cates in Gremlins.
Just explaining to Billy that...
Talking about the suicide rate.
Suicide rate.
She don't like Christmas.
No, she don't. Sweet Lord, she don't. Phoebe Cates' character is... John Louis was actually the Chinese boy at the start. He is credited as Chinese boy. Phoebe Cates, Kate Beringer.
Yeah, you ain't getting any action tonight.
No.
Really.
Oh well. Well, you've pissed
She's
on
a little tired and cranky.
pissed on your chips there, and you've upset her. No.
Those are my two biggest turn-ons.
Turns-ons.
Turn-ons.
Thanks for the walk home, no problem. Because all of this whole little town and Hill Valley, are at least 4 foot away from each other.
Good question. He was late for work trying to start his car, and yet it took him about 2 minutes to walk to work.
Yeah.
Why he's driving?
Why bother driving? I think it's to set up the fact that he's downtrodden.
Fair enough. And it gives his racist neighbour a chance to jip foreign cars as well.
Foreign cars. Racist neighbour. Who comes back in the second film.
Really, yeah.
He's in the second film.
I thought he gets killed in this film.
No. So, again, there's spoilers. Spoilers. They were going to kill him off, but you see him kind of die, or supposedly die, and then you just hear them at the end finding him or something like that. So here are the scientific tests that the doctor's gonna...
He's not a doctor, is he? He's just a high school science teacher.
What? So he's not an actual... What?
Well, he might be, but...
So he doesn't know what the fuck he's doing, but yet he's got syringes full of shit.
He's a sinister dude, actually.
This is quite odd.
I think he's taking a blood sample here from not Gizmo, one of Gizmo's weird offspring.
He took it up.
Apparently he's very happy. And another film, not sure what film
I think this is from Quatermass.
Yeah.
Coolest little thing in the film, I think, that where he's
The
like
3D glasses.
Gizmo's looking through the 3D glasses, and he's like, as Billy's talking to him, and just looks at him and goes, "Shut the fuck up."
So the offspring are going a bit nuts now, wailing for food.
Probably check your watch there, Bills.
Yeah,
That's fine.
Oh, it's fine. It's not 12 o'clock yet. Strange things are afoot at the Circle K.
No. Don't really understand why these Mogwai are like evil and conniving, and Gizmo is...
Is it because Gizmo is more adjusted? So basically, because he's never been like...
Yeah, he was...
hand-reared.
Hand-reared, yeah, where these are just
Oh, they're going
pricks.
to town on that
Just
chicken.
hideous. How does that even count as dialogue? Like, you guys are really hungry. Yes. Yes, they are. No, he knows.
Yeah.
He knows the crack. I like the little noises they make when they're hanging. Yum, yum.
Yeah. Apparently, they were saying these, some of the actual dolls, if you will.
Oh,
it's
yeah, I
like,
read that.
like
Yeah.
30 to 40 grand or something
Yeah.
like that.
It's quite nice to see, though, isn't it? I mean, if this film was made today, they'd all be CGI.
Oh, yeah.
Like the Smurfs.
Oh, God.
And they look a bit chonky, sure, but there's something tactile about them, which I
Yeah,
like.
it's just like, and the fact that you can actually act against it.
Yeah.
Like Yoda.
Yeah.
Uh-oh.
This science teacher guy, fucking just leaving sandwiches overnight in a school.
Who does that? Who
Next to
leaves
his little model brain.
But it's like, if you don't finish your sandwich, you don't leave it opened in the tinfoil just there.
You look at, yeah, this is really, like, I just like the way you said little model brain, as if like you were referencing his brain.
So this film that he's watching on his TV there, a little bit of foreshadowing for what's about to happen.
Gizmo looking like he's having a stroke. Oh, he knows.
Uh-oh.
He knows. Shit's gone down. Oh, God. Oh. Oh. So, apparently, when you feed a gremlin,
Mogwai.
a mogwai after midnight, they turn into giant eggs, or the facehugger eggs from Aliens. The mum's not even... And also, there's only 3 eggs.
No, I think you
Oh, right, there we go, sorry.
no one seems utterly...
Yeah.
Yeah, only
It's
Gizmo is the one
nonplussed
freaking the fuck out, going like, you
whatsoever.
realise you motherfuckers need to run
Yeah.
or get fire. Took 148 million apparently.
How much did it cost, Rich?
It cost, and I know this because I remembered it, and I'm not reading it from an internet page at all. Thank you, the IMDb. It cost 11 million.
Wow.
Which I'm pretty sure there's hardly any films that get a proper release these days that cost 11 million.
No.
That's absolutely insane.
As a science teacher, you'd think he would tell Corey Feldman not to get this kind of alien.
Yeah, please
all
don't.
over his
Yeah, yeah.
hand. Don't touch the
Don't
contaminated.
touch that.
But it's fine.
And again, seeing that they were told not to do this, don't get them wet, don't feed it.
Yeah.
And they seem pretty fine.
Absolutely
with
fine.
this. I'm sure it'll be fine. Oh, here she is.
So what are we? We're about, 40, 50 minutes into the film now? This is where shit gets real. So she's 3 foot away from the phone? Not even that. And she uses that
Remote control
to answer the phone.
Yeah, get out, love.
1, 2, 2 strides away from the phone. Wanker.
Now, Billy's dad is supposed to be at like an inventors convention. In the background there, you see the time machine from the film, The Time Machine.
Steven Spielberg going past the screen right now.
Yeah.
There you go.
See the time machine and Robbie the robot there from.
Keep your eye on the time machine, and also Andy's dad or Dick Van Dyke with the pipe. Keep your eye on the time machine. Obviously, the time machine's on the screen right now.
Oh.
And it's gone.
Everyone's looking.
That's a nice little gag.
That's a very nice gag.
So for those who aren't watching it, the time
Yeah.
machine from The Time Machine was in the background in one shot. The next shot it's disappeared and there's a load of people wandering around trying to find it as though it's disappeared into the past or indeed the future. That's not as funny when I explain it. Like
Was that Judge Reinhold who just walked through there as well without any line?
Sure.
So, just looking at the release dates, this is fucking bizarre. We can only class this as a summer blockbuster if we lived in the US.
When did it come out in the UK?
7th of December.
Yeah, well, that makes more sense, really.
Yeah. That's bizarre. But, that just wouldn't happen nowadays. It's just was it? I think we were talking about this with the Edge of Tomorrow podcast, and we mentioned about the Raid and the Raid 2, how, is it Gareth Edwards or Gareth Evans that did? Gareth Evans did the Raid 2. And he's having a hard time trying to get a cinema release date in some territories because it's already gone online and it's been torrented and stolen. Whereas a 6-7 month period between the films, this is that would be.
Well, yeah, it'd be out on DVD by that point these days. That's crazy.
The last film I think that happened with recently was probably Wreck-It Ralph, which had a 3-month wait before the US, and it came out of the US at Christmas, came out over here March of the next year. No, I could be wrong, but that's bizarre.
Oh,
so are we actually inside the chrysalis now, or inside the box that it's in?
Inside the box.
Jesus Christ! So it looks like something out of a fucking Cocoon right now.
Yeah, it's quite sinister.
It looks horrible. Fair play. Again, I've always liked that little kind of Gizmo hiding in the helmet kind of thing. I don't know why I've always liked it. It's that Fangoria lying around. That's a great magazine.
These effects are pretty good. They hold up pretty well.
Yeah. Have you gone back and watched The Thing anytime soon? Again, we might have to review that this way, but I don't know, it'll be quite cool. But The Thing is just amazing. I always love watching the documentary behind that about how they did the effect shots, how most of it's recorded, played in reverse kind of thing, just to kind of get a different effect, for the correct effect.
So these kids, this is Christmas Eve, right? These kids are in school on Christmas Eve.
Is it Christmas Eve?
Yeah. Watching a video, the last class of the day, and he's just got them watching a video about hearts, this science teacher. Bastard.
Absolutely.
He'd be playing Mousetrap and Game Boy the last day of school, right?
1984 you want? Future boy.
Alright, you bloody Donkey Kong mini cabinet then.
Jesus, what was I going to say? This bit has just kind of set off a couple of little nice memories for myself. Just because this was always the bit it would get up to before the news. So this is always as far as I got, kind of thing. quite cool.
It's quite a good place for it to cut, really.
Yeah.
This is where it turns into the kind of horror comedy, which would be a little less child suitable, I guess.
But it is still. I still can't get over the fact that this was like a PG.
I'm interested to see, because if you've not seen this in a while, I'm interested to see your reaction, Carl, to the bits that come up in the next few minutes.
Have you all read like the bits that got cut?
No.
We'll talk about them.
Yeah.
We'll talk. All right, I'm not going to spoil anything first. Like.
Oh, just we're about to see the Gremlins here, but just when Andy and myself were doing a bit of research on IMDb, if you go on the Gremlins IMDb page, the picture in the background is for the movie Backdraft, starring Kurt Russell.
I'm going to go check that out now because I reckon you're lying.
Well, they'll probably have fixed this by the time people have listened to it, but check it out.
Maybe
it's
in the
like
background.
Like the header image. Oh, it's on the mobile version.
Yeah.
Ah, right, okay.
This is actually pretty good how they set it up with the projector and stuff.
It is like it, but again, the pacing just snaps, and now it's all kind of like into kind of like John Carpenter, kind of like John Carpenter of Mars.
It still feels a bit slow to me, though. There's a lot of people walking around. It could just be edited slightly snappier.
When we were discussing whether or not to do this as a review, kind of a review over the top, we were kind of talking about how alright, it'll be an hour and 20 minutes tops. Like, and when we all three of us saw how long it was, it's just like it's nearly 2 hours fucking long. It's just like, come on.
Yum yum.
Bit of product placement for Snickers, though.
Back in the day, it was called Marathon over here.
So he's probably
dead
Lost
now.
a hand, at the very least. But he's just straight up left work as well.
He's just
I'm
like,
just wandering around at school.
Cover for me.
As a 21-year-old, just wandering around at school at Christmas Eve. What do you do?
This is one of the most iconic kind of Gremlin shots coming up.
is it the scratch? No, I might think that's it. There.
It's got a syringe. Oh, didn't I read somewhere that they shoved the syringe somewhere else? But then they changed
was
it.
he covered in syringes?
That was it.
The shot originally was going to have his face full of syringes,
Yeah.
and Spielberg vetoed it.
I love that as well, like the hand coming up and scratching his hand, like, and he's just like,
Yum yum. You would get something very heavy and blunt and smash the crap out of that table until whatever it was stopped moving.
I know it's like, because we were listening to it with the sound off, but he's just eating the test tubes, like, nom nom. It's quite fucking cool.
Billy attempting to react there.
Tim Burton was supposed to be down to, or considered to direct this. I wonder whether or not we would have got a completely different film. We've definitely got Johnny Depp at some point.
As Mogwai.
As Mogwai.
I'm assuming Billy went to school to this school. He knows his way around it. For a person who's not been in school for a good 5 years, he knows his way around it very well.
But we talk about... Hey, here we go. Little bit of a proper Spielberg scare moment kind of thing. Jump shot. Have you noticed in this film that you don't ever see anyone kind of... it's a bit like Inception. They're just coming into shot. Like, kind of, they just turn up in places. They don't actually kind of go through anything.
Oh, poor Gizmo there, tied to a dartboard.
Another head for Gizmo there.
Mother looks like she's a robot. There.
Jesus.
Well, she does become essentially the Terminator for the next couple of minutes.
Yeah, this is a very... This is one of the... As I was skipping through this, just to kind of get my bearings about the film, this is one of the bits I watched twice. Just because, I can honestly believe how violent it gets. Because initially, she doesn't ring the police, she doesn't call anyone else, she just quietly grabs the biggest knife she can find.
The biggest, shiniest knife.
Yeah, and goes upstairs, and she's ready to fuck shit up. She's like Xena warrior princess. Where that dry ice is coming from, nobody knows. Why it would be that.
See, all this bit though, it's so slow. I just,
It doesn't build anything, does it?
It goes so far. It's like a rubber band. It stretches so far that the tension disappears again.
Yeah.
You know.
Nice analogy. Well done.
Beautiful.
That is very nice.
Thank you. Okay.
They hatched.
Yeah, the house.
He said phone home. Little E.T. reference there.
Oh yeah.
One of a couple.
Many fucking references. This has got to be the most in-jokey film.
Yeah, it seems like just kind of it's like a Spielberg in-joke, this entire kind of thing.
What I mean, so we're watching it with the sound off, like, but it feels like it's like a nothing film. It doesn't feel like, I don't know. It just doesn't feel there's any substance. Maybe we should never review films like this ever again.
Yeah.
They were just destroying.
Nice touch there with the gremlin footprints in the dust on top of the record player.
Oh, I've never seen that before.
Oh, very good.
I couldn't even see it.
I'm trying to see what records they had on there. It looked like it was Kiss.
Nice.
That is a pretty badass knife she has.
Like, fair play though.
More of a dagger.
It
Really.
looks like
It's like a
samurai.
like the smaller samurai sword that samurais have. Just another Peltzer invention going ape shit. So cool. Animated as well, I think.
It's a lot of good use of the kind of the shadows and
really good use of like the ears and stuff like that as shadows. It's really fucking cool.
But again, you're right, Andy, around building tension.
See that shot went on far too
Like
long.
right now, we should be there.
Moving on,
It's, yeah, absolutely. And like,
So first proper shot of the Gremlins.
yeah, how it's covered in all that shit, I don't know.
They almost look a bit stop motion. It's difficult.
A little
They
bit.
are animatronic, I think.
A lot of them are puppets.
Hmm.
Yeah.
Like, so there's a bit in a minute.
Here we go.
Brilliant. First comedy death.
Everywhere.
That is
pretty gruesome.
Get away with that.
Also, take note of a Pulitzer thing, a Petzler thing actually working.
Yeah. A Pulitzer is like a like a book prize.
Keep
or
an eye out
Prize
for
of
the
Journalism.
Gremlins arm in a second. You'll see the wire in the bottom left-hand corner. There it is.
There it is. Very nice. Oh wow.
Yeah. So essentially, they're just.
There she goes.
Oh yeah.
She
That's it.
knifes the fuck out of that
Like
thing.
Jesus. She's fucking ape. Like.
Dun dun.
You know,
Dun,
that,
dun.
you know that moment in Terminator 2 where John Connor's stepmom becomes turns out she's actually
Wolfie's just fine,
1000.
honey. Yeah.
She has that same expression on her face, that
Yeah.
just kind of
Yeah.
I will kill you expression. Boom, exploded in a microwave.
Look at, I think she's enjoying it.
Watch now. Like, so she hears another noise instantly.
More knife.
More knives. Yeah,
Bigger
yeah.
knives.
I'm fucking.
Two knives.
It is on.
Knives akimbo.
I love the look that she gives the microwave. It's like, you motherfucker, stay dead.
I want to know her backstory.
Like, just raised by the Amazonians or something like that.
Just a former Green Beret.
Yeah. It's actually all a cover. All of this.
Yeah, it's like True Lies.
Oh, is it in there? Is it? It's probably not.
We've got a squirming stocking over the fireplace.
You ever had a squirming stocking
Over the
over the
fireplace.
fireplace? That's where it basically, and then the finger goes. Okay.
Just immediately, without remorse.
Slicing.
Yeah. It's just no. Like, it could have been Gizmo in there hiding. It's just like half of like Gizmo's head.
Don't back into things.
Oh,
That is fucking
That
terrifying.
was cool.
The eyes lighting up was fucking awesome.
Look at that.
Yeah.
I have to commend, what was her name? Let's find out.
knifey.
Oh yeah, he's trying to strangle her, isn't he? Yeah. Fucking hell, this is insane. Oh, you asked whether it would come back, Andy. Look.
Yeah, but the thing where it falls off.
Oh, right, okay.
So he takes the sword.
And beheads a gremlin. So, whilst you're watching this, or even just listen to us, we've just said he beheads a gremlin. This was a PG film.
His head is now burning.
Head is burning on fire. On fire, burning on fire. Above and burning, not on fire.
Just blew his nose on the curtains. What a prick.
No, he's crying because his bros died. He's going to tip out a 40 for his fallen soldiers.
You're flying out the window there like Mrs. Doyle from Father Ted.
I was had a bit of an accident. What happened? Well.
How long have you got?
My prick husband.
Yeah. This is genuinely all his fault.
His fault, yeah. Oh, actually, no. It's not. It's all Corey Feldman's fault.
Pray tell why.
Because Corey Feldman gets Gizmo wet.
Yeah, I guess so. There he is.
Yeah, he's alright. He's alright. What are we finding out, Andy?
Andy's just got bored of watching. He's just on his phone.
The voice of Gizmo...
Is Frank Welker or something like that in there?
No, it's Howie Mandel.
Howie Mandel, who does what's that? Noel Evans.
He does Deal or No Deal in America.
That's the robot from
Robbie the Robot from Lost in Space.
Yes, thank you.
Like, how did he get here? And why is he there? Oh, he's following the tracks. Okay, that's fine. Oh, I remember this bit now. Oh no, he's gone to the Kingston Falls YMCA. Let's get it. Shit. Well, I think we all know what joke's going to come next. So I won't bother. Again, like you're spot on with the pacing. It's just like, just as he was reaching in to unlock the door, it's just like, ooh, just really slowly.
Yeah.
And it's just like, come on. So so you're talking about the scene where the doctor was supposed to be like found with like loads of needles in his face. The mother was supposed to be beheaded,
And her head kicked down the
and
stairs.
her head kicked down the stairs. In like, it's just like, wow, like you can't, like what?
Well, it wasn't originally devised as a kind of family film. It was.
I'd argue it's still not a family film.
No, but it was more of a horror, and Spielberg and co wanted it to be more family, or like, you know, get a PG rating.
Yeah, but Spielberg's done Jaws. You can't see, like, he can do actual terror. But then this isn't a Spielberg film, is it? So Spike's just got it. Stripe?
Not Spike from Buffy the Vampire Slayer.
Sorry. Because that's immediately where I was going. Jesus.
So obviously you chuck some water on a mogwai and it multiplies. Turns out the same thing with a gremlin.
Unfortunately, when a gremlin goes into a swimming pool, it turns into an Alice Cooper concert.
Alice Cooper came out of that and just started singing Poison.
Yeah. Be my Valentine. Oh, Frankenstein, not Valentine.
Not quite as rock and roll.
Just looks like there is a disco going on in the YMCA. Oh, the irony. If one gremlin comes out just as a native Indian.
So look out for a weird cameo, not cameo, but a weird role for someone we'll all know very well.
Oh, yeah!
It's Mike
Ehrmantraut of Breaking Bad fame, Jonathan Banks there as the
with hair
sheriff's deputy. So in Breaking Bad, Mike is supposed to be an ex-policeman. They obviously happen in the same universe. That's my This is my.
Gremlins and Breaking Bad
This is
happen
my-
in the same universe.
Why did he stop being a policeman and become a mob enforcer?
Because he's seen some shit.
He's seen some shit. And what shit did he see? Gremlins.
Imagine that, the ending of Breaking Bad.
Nah, it's still the end of the Breaking Bad should have been, and it should have cut to Malcolm in the middle, and he's all under witness protection and stuff like that.
Well, they did that. They did a
Did it
thing where he wakes up in bed.
Oh, wasn't that on the Tonight Show or something like that? They did something like that. That's crazy. This is stop motion, yeah. Actually,
You can't tell at all.
No.
It doesn't look bad though.
What?
It's terrible.
Our racist neighbour, what's he going to say now? Watching.
This household is. This makes me very sad. So his wife is singing, but there's a sadness in her voice.
Yeah.
And he's watching TV and like looking at it like, you bitch, you ruined my life. Look, I feel. It hurts to watch this, but look at him. He hates his wife. It's Christmas Eve. Oh.
Like, he doesn't even look at it. It goes like, you're clearly messing with the TV.
Foreign TV.
Foreign TV. We should have got a Zenith. I don't know. For those of you who follow us on Facebook and Twitter and stuff like that, please someone post a picture of a Zenith television. I'm envisioning like just this massive wooden box with a tiny
Like the
screen.
Simpsons TV.
Yeah.
But again, a nod to Russian there. Zenit St. Petersburg, a Russian football team, communism.
And this week's
here to recognise that.
yeah, this week's tenuous link brought to you by.
I think you called him a tenuous bastard last time.
I did call him
Yeah.
a tenuous bastard and living up to your name proudly.
That was
Well
my Groundhog Day connection.
There's an air of Bruce. What's his name?
Forsyth?
No,
Campbell.
Campbell about it.
She eating nachos on Christmas Eve. That's,
Yeah, lads.
This is his.
His beloved
Plough.
tractor
Yeah.
plough.
It's amazing that, and again, Gremlins just are aware of how to,
Work things.
use a stick shift.
Yeah.
Jesus, there's some good stunt work there. So, these guys allegedly survived, clearly crushed to death by their own tractor. Like, no doubt about it. How could they possibly have survived that?
Sheer luck.
And this guy posting Christmas cards on Christmas Eve at like 9 o'clock at night.
Done and done.
Hey, you telling me Donald Sutherland cannot?
Yeah.
It is Donald Sutherland.
It is Donald Sutherland. It's a mixture of Donald Sutherland and I don't know. I'm gonna be tenuous there. The lamp and him in his hat looked a little bit like The Exorcist.
He did a bit, actually, yeah.
Oh. I'm gonna go out on a limb now, and I always used to have this in the same kind of category as comedy horror as Tremors. But Tremors is much better than this.
Yeah. This, again, like a lot of things, when you go back from your youth and watch stuff, you go, wow, that was nowhere near as good as I remember it being.
This is no.
The bit there where one of the Gremlins changes the lights, they're both green, rather than filming a car crash, they just have the sound effect of a car crash. Over the picture of the green lights.
Again, the police seem to be nonplussed. Yeah, these cute little monsters can turn into those ugly monsters.
He's got like a weird sunken eyeball head kind of thing going on.
These dead little eyes.
There's nothing behind his eyes. Soulless eyes. There's an awesome scene in a bit with a a Stanner stair lift.
Yes,
Going,
that is
going
excellent.
chaotic. It's the creatures. They're making it look like an accident. What?
It'll never hold up in court.
Attaboy. Apparently you're allowed to use asshole in a PG.
And also drink while under the influence of alcohol.
Yeah.
Or drive while under the influence of alcohol.
So this bit is really odd. So Mrs. Deagle, who we saw earlier being a shit to everybody in the town,
Leads quite a sad life. If you
Yeah.
notice, all the cats are called by named after currencies.
she's basically
like her money.
a crazy cat lady.
Yeah.
Now I obviously I get that they obviously had this scene devised and they needed to make her unpleasant in order for you to not feel bad about it, but showing her kind of being all vulnerable
And like
sad,
hobbling around the house and stuff like
needing
that.
a stair lift.
And clearly older than she was at the start.
She looks about like 50 years older.
Because she's not wearing a wig.
Oh yeah. Look at it, it's fucking terrible. Do you know what I like? You said like, well, this and Breaking Bad in the same universe. This and The Simpsons in the same universe. Because when she gets shot out of the house, she then moves to Springfield and turns into the crazy cat lady in Springfield.
Glue sniffers.
What, Screechy Boy still glue sniffers? Fucking hell.
I hate carol singers. Have you ever opened a door to carol singers and
Just closed it again.
no, you just have to stand there and
No, you
stand
don't.
awkwardly
No.
and then give them cash. What's up with that?
No, you just talk over them very loudly.
I
No,
find that-
thank you.
I find they're just shitting into your hand in front of them. They're moving on quite sharpish.
Inexplicably, Stripe knows how to hotwire a Stanner stair lift. But it's a pretty great scene, this, actually.
Yeah.
Although, again, I don't know, she doesn't seem horrible enough now. I just feel...
When she's saying, I'm not ready yet, I'm not ready to die, it's just like, holy shit.
But this is pretty
she
great.
goes.
That's fucking...
How winding... Like, how far these stairs goes up.
That looks like Walt Disney there, that picture.
Horribly dead. Like...
If not, she is severely... Oh, no, she's...
No, she is brown bread, as our London listeners would call it. Oh, banana at the tailpipe there.
Wait.
I think so they can and this is fucking amazing.
Santa Claus there being destroyed by gremlins. Police, the law enforcement agents of this town,
Are the only people in this film who've reacted the right way.
but also rather than helping one of their native townspeople, just
Yeah, he
drive
just
away.
says, I think we should go.
These are men with guns.
Mm.
Just rolling up the window.
They've watched a murder.
I mean, they are pretty freaky. Don't get me wrong. If I walked in on a bunch of gremlins, I would be freaked.
Garrotting Santa.
I'd be freaked out, but I could just kick them to death. You know, I mean,
Look,
kick their face off.
Corey Feldman there keeping them at bay with a slingshot.
A very poor slingshot as well.
Yeah. What's what he does now? And doesn't get electrocuted.
Yeah.
That would be 240 of the Queen's bolts careering through his veins right there.
I think all that money they didn't have to film that car crash earlier is because of this car crash they filmed there.
It turns into the end of the Blues Brothers.
Classic police car flip here.
That's the A-team flip.
Yeah, you can even see the
ramp,
the
yeah,
ramp
the
at
where
the
it
front of
goes
the
up.
car. It's just like it's a
Like,
very
Every
very
time a car
shit
crashes
down
an
hill.
A-team, it ramps over the back
Yeah.
of it.
Getting into Bumblebee there.
Yep. Well, let's leave your sex life out of this. Oh, sorry.
What does that even mean?
I don't know. But I got to laugh out of one person, so I don't care. Therefore, it's valid.
Here's Walking Wiki.
Walking Wiki.
Whose logo is in the Indiana Jones typeface.
Yes.
Yet another nod.
Nice reference to War of the Worlds there.
Yeah, another Spielberg film.
Yeah. Not the Orson
Not
Welles.
the Orson Welles one. I know
Radio
that.
play. But
Yeah, directed by Steven Spielberg. Have you ever heard the rumor or the myth about how Spielberg got his job, or got his first directing job? Just went into Paramount Studio, I think it's Paramount Studios, and just went into an empty office, just pretended to work there, and he just landed this job. Like,
fair dues.
I'm gonna call bullshit on this. Now, shot for shot, a little bit like out of Wayne's World 2
What with
Charlton Heston.
yeah.
Gordon Street.
This bit none of this bit
Why?
needs to be in the film.
Why does this bit need to be in the film? Are we trying to sell a was it a smokeless ashtray? This is a piece of shit, but it is shaped like a boob.
Smashing up the
It's
pub.
probably the kind of pub you go to if you lived in this.
Yeah.
Just because it had a shamrock on it, Andy.
Makes it an
Ooh,
Irish
Coors.
pub. Other beers are available. Now, why is she serving them? why would you just get the fuck out of Dutch? So like, if you're not watching along with us, Billy's girlfriend who works at the pub, Dory's, is serving the Gremlins with beer and food.
And they're also smoking cigarettes.
Smoking cigarettes,
In a
drinking
pub.
beer in a pub. Remember those days? Like,
Yeah, but she is pouring them out drinks. It's like,
what? At which point did? And if I'm not mistaken, beer is made of wet.
but not water. Well, there is water in it, I guess, but
Yeah.
please don't bite me.
Does it have to be water, or is it anything wet?
Presumably they're not. Flasher Gremlin there in a brown coat.
Cool, quite iconic at the time. That was used on a lot of merch. I want to know whether this ever had a Happy Meal.
That seems utterly inappropriate. Is
Star
that
Wars, that's the Star
game?
Wars arcade game right there. Mad props. Playing poker. I like how one of them's got like earrings. And
Yeah, one of them's cross-dressed, which is
Yeah.
a little bit something
And also-
slightly.
why you find it? Why? Come on, Andy.
Andy,
Well,
it's 2014.
No, but I
You could,
get the impression that Stripe has kind of forced that on the other Gremlin. I don't know.
Wait, how far are you reading that?
This
in?
is like it's like prison,
Yeah.
and that's like his hoe now.
I think
Also,
that's-
the beer glasses that they drink from are gremlin sized.
Yeah, they're like if I was drinking out of it,
Yeah.
it would be a quarter of a pint. Stripe also has managed to find a revolver from somewhere.
I like the French poet,
Yeah.
or the jazz gremlin.
This bit's very odd. It does feel like it goes on a bit too long. Again, I didn't really.
Oh, it's just that it's a puppet holding two other puppets. They're shooting now.
It's life imitating art,
It
imitating
is.
life.
Little flash dance joke
Yeah.
there as well, which is very strange.
It's fucking
That is-
bizarre.
Gremlins, however, great b-boys.
Yeah. Gremlins. Most of these Gremlins have been alive now for what? All of
An
about
hour.
20 minutes, if that. And yet they know a lot of pop culture references,
They sure can break dance.
and they can break dance.
Probably get into diversity if they wanted to.
Well, they're definitely diverse enough, anyway.
This whole scene in the pub, though, feels like it's been for about 10 minutes.
It's fucking weird,
Looks
isn't
like
it?
they're having a good night, though. In fairness,
So, like,
like she's lighting his cigarettes.
why? Run away! They're all pissed.
Ah, you don't like the bright light, eh?
Gremlins Happy Meal. Let's have a look. What do you reckon? Do you reckon there was one?
I don't know. I would have thought McDonald's wouldn't want to tie into a film where an alien, a monster gets blown up in a microwave somehow.
There was a Gremlins Furby released.
Ah, there you go.
Not obviously at the same time as this came out, because people would have proclaimed it as witchcraft.
Phoebe Cates is now using a Polaroid camera as a defense weapon. Oh, one guy has a balaclava on.
That's pretty sinister, isn't it?
He also has, a miniature gun. I don't know where they're getting these.
Volkswagen Beetle to the rescue with Billy there.
Billy! He's definitely getting some action now.
Except for the fact that his car won't start, which is embarrassing.
I swear this never happens.
Just looking at all the weird merch that came out. It's basically just t-shirts and shit. Sorry. We all know that dead air is a crime.
Yeah, we are kind of just watching now and...
So this is now the scene where Billy and Kate, do we say, kind of hole up in the bank, hiding from the Gremlins, and we get to find out why Kate doesn't like Christmas, and it's the fucking darkest bit of this whole film.
It is not
tonally very, just such an odd choice. I'm basically speechless. I don't know. It doesn't make any sense. There's no closure for it either. It's not like something happens at the end so that she suddenly can celebrate Christmas particularly. It's just grim.
She just goes into it as well. He doesn't even ask her. It was Christmas. I was 9 years old.
Do you remember this bit?
Vaguely.
Do you remember exactly the details?
I can't, no.
So basically, her dad dresses up as Santa and every year used to climb down the chimney, and
They put a fire on?
no, so basically he goes missing on Christmas Eve, and so 4 or 5 days go past, like they can't find him anywhere, and I think she's going to say in a minute.
Yeah, so she goes to light the fire, and then she noticed the smell.
Yeah, and her dad had slipped and broken his neck.
Jesus Christ.
Yeah, they were expecting to pull out a dead cat or bird or something. She said they pulled out her father. Gizmo's look, it displays it all. He was dressed as Santa. He just slipped and fell down the fucking chimney, broke his neck, and just wedged in there.
Definitely did surprise you. Slipped and broke his neck. Died instantly. That's pretty heavy, alright.
And it kind of comes out of nowhere. It's very, very strange. That's it. Done.
There we go. Done. Done now. There is some weird ass merch for this. It's mostly all the Gremlins 2 stuff.
Did you buy a lot of cigarettes off that guy?
I think so.
Lad.
All it seemed to, like, I think he bought a load of cigarettes and a load of oil.
That's for him to make his
Next.
carbo.
Cigarettes and oil. You got a lot to learn out of it.
Wow.
Well,
You see the secrets in the camera.
This is why this podcast is going to get pulled off iTunes right now. They've just come out into a dystopian future. They've only been gone 20 minutes.
the soundtrack from T2 would work very
That
well.
would be amazing. Now, if anyone wants to pause it here and take a look at the street they're walking up, that is the street where the DeLorean races up to reach 88 miles an hour. and then goes back to the future.
As is the name.
As is the name of the film. But not this film. This, of course, is Gremlins. And if I'm honest, I'm a bit fucking bored of it now. It needs to end.
Is this maybe like, you know, like Home Alone is on every Christmas and stuff like that? Gremlins isn't one of these ones that's on every Christmas, is it?
No.
Like I said, it's been. I can't even remember that. It must be 10 years since I've seen it.
I think it's even on like Netflix or any kind of streaming service or anything like that, you know. It's bizarre. Absolutely bizarre.
Chris,
Oh, sorry.
they've gone to get away from the light into the cinema. Now, last time I went to the cinema, the screen nearly like blew my face off. It was so bright. It doesn't seem like.
And it doesn't seem the darkest place on earth. However, that is quite a cool shot of them all pissing about in the cinema.
That must have been a nightmare. There's a lot of product placement as well.
Yeah.
Milk duds. Do you ever have milk duds?
Yeah, it tastes horrible.
Oh, I like them. Okay.
Fucking horrible thing.
And that's oh yeah, there you go. It's like it'll be like the scene in Inglourious Bastards with all the.
I was wondering whether Tarantino got a little bit of.
From Gremlins.
Hey, you know, he likes his cult. I'm sure him and Joe Dante are mates.
Yeah, he watched this and he wasn't sure. But then he watched Small Soldiers and.
Yeah, then he was sold.
You know what? I won't hear a word against Small Soldiers. It's
Well, tough, you're going to hear a lot.
It's a pretty good film.
It's shit.
No, no. It's not great, I'll grant you, but it's quite good.
I like that. I'll give you, it's not great.
That has a similarly traumatic, violent.
With the dolls?
Where they put the one of the small soldiers. They put him in the.
Oh yeah, he's
grinder
the
thing.
explosives guy.
And he gets his legs chewed off, and that's pretty grim. Like.
Also in Small Soldiers, Phil Hartman, who we know,
role, right?
he did that was posthumous. He was did that. Who we know as the voice of Troy McClure from The Simpsons, amongst other voices.
Shot by his wife.
Shot by his wife is correct.
Wow.
Emily, I believe. Look up Phil Hartman's thing. Actually, it's a real kind of.
He's doing quite a lot. He does a lot of voiceover stuff.
Yeah. He was in he was in Seinfeld and stuff like that.
Who else was in Seinfeld? I didn't realise.
Jerry Seinfeld.
Jerry Seinfeld was there.
Loads of people have gone through Seinfeld.
Yeah,
man.
like best part of the fucking Arrested Development cast have been in Seinfeld.
Bryan Cranston.
Yeah, Bryan
Yeah.
Cranston. Bryan Cranston was in it for a bit, actually.
I wonder whether or not they're going to put Bryan Cranston in a comedy next, because he can do it. He's hilarious as fuck in Malcolm in the Middle. The bit where he's doing his dancing in Malcolm in the Middle is just brilliant.
To what was it, Funky Town when he's
Yeah.
on the roller skates? That's
Yeah, he's
brilliant.
the green leotard. That's getting YouTubed later. So this is where they're trying to plan to kill all of the gremlins because they're all watching Snow White and the Seven Dwarfs. However, Stripe
With Doc Brown hair.
with Doc Brown hair has seen a candy store opposite and has decided to go in there, get his munch on, so to speak. But basically, they're going to blow up the cinema with the gremlins in. Which seems a little bit harsh. Not even halfway through Snow White and the Seven Dwarfs.
Yeah.
They'll never know how it ends. I can't remember how it ends.
This is again, he seems to have absolute no thing. You go, oh, I know what we'll do. We'll just let the gas go and we'll blow the shit out of the place.
But they run back
Yeah, towards it.
towards the gas and the flame, which is, not advisable. Kids at home, don't do what's happening right now.
That's pretty cool, and they're all ripping through the screen there.
Billy!
It's that damn nose of his. It's been acting squirrely all morning.
I do like the shot of them all running like that. That's cool.
The hands are pretty cool.
Missed opportunity for a bit more comedy gore here, I think, with their hands getting cut off with the door.
Well, that's a little bit Jurassic Parky, isn't it? When they're coming in and pushing on the door.
Here we go.
Did they actually show the explosion?
Yep.
Boom. Jesus.
How's it?
That's where all the budget went. Oh my god, I don't remember this.
This guy just with a surgical mask
Yeah, it's
on
a
and a
mad
knife.
scientist, kind of like Gremlin.
And they just... That's
That's that then, right. Billy!
This is it. This is the final boss fight.
Yeah. Final boss fight.
This is probably my favourite bit now. Watch how he breaks the window open. With a toy.
The toy, the rattle along thing. They would just like bounce straight off that. Why do these men need to come with him? Like, go somewhere safe.
Well, you say that, but if it wasn't for these two, he might be dead.
You'd be dead.
I'll be careful. You'll be dead. So is it predominantly Predator quotes in this one? A little bit of Star Wars thrown in. A lot of Back to the Future references.
Oh, yeah. Get some schnoggin.
Gizmo's there going, oh god.
Yeah, I was high on like the gas that came out of the boiler system, obviously.
So you missed the trick for Billy to like regain some badassness there, just by doing a little twirl with the baseball bat.
That would have been nice.
Or just to walk up along the aisle,
just dragging it. Oh yes, yeah. Coming to my town. It's like doing a fucking John McClane little kind of like voiceover to himself as he's like, come out to the coast.
don't get it wet.
Look at that, Dr. Dante. Did you see that?
Oh yeah.
Hypnotism by Dr. Dante.
Amazing that Stripe could make that TV turn on.
Yeah, just the one as well. I know all of them. Isn't he like? Because we've been watching this with the sound off. Isn't he shouting, saying Billy at him?
I think so.
Yeah.
He's really trying to get into his
Yeah,
head.
like it really fucks him up.
Thing is, Billy. Well, we'll see it in a minute. But Billy does not come across well in the ensuing fight. He does a lot of falling backwards and cowering, which
Billy,
for your protagonist, isn't really,
yeah. But he gets his ass handed back to him by a 3-foot gremlin.
which his mum was able to.
Yeah, his mum like dispatched.
Like a commando.
Yeah.
She is the true hero of this movie.
Yeah.
There will be, like stuff like plaques erected for her.
For her bravery. Anyone who's worked in retail will know that if you shut the shop up and leave the shop a tip, like with fucking shit all over the floor, your ass is fucking handed back to you the next
So a very
day.
well stocked toy shop for Christmas.
Yeah.
E.T.
Full of Warner Brothers toys as well.
E.T. and Sylvester.
The product placement's enormous, isn't it? And the nods to Warner Brothers and everything else.
Yeah, like
It's like one big long
distracting.
advertisement.
It's like Mission Impossible and all the certain computer company.
It just makes me so angry. I want to go and eat a Subway. Oh, water.
I was just thinking there as well, Phoebe Cates didn't really do anything. That's Commando. That's from Commando. He's throwing the circular saw blades.
So this is the second time we've seen Billy fall against a wall and cower. I think it happens at least 3
The Shining?
times.
on the tricycle.
No, I was more amazed by the shot at just the product, the product kind of like description of what Stripe was throwing at him. Oh, that reminds me. I need some 3/4 saw blades. How was Gizmo crawling then? This is so fucking weird. What is this department store?
It's like in America they got like Target, and they basically just sell everything. You can you know, buy your groceries and firearms in the same place.
And a basketball, apparently.
There's some cons there for everyone.
So,
Training
what happens to Billy now?
He ain't gonna make state with that kind of.
Oh, look how he dropped back.
He's
And
like,
oh no!
It's like George Michael in Arrested Development.
Yes.
Every time someone throws something at him. Something like
This would have been a nice. If he had a gun, it'd be like with vampires, and he could just shot holes through the thing. The light just comes in.
like the end of From Dusk Till Dawn.
That's exactly what I was thinking of. Thank you. Where'd he get that crossbow?
He's
Ah,
fucking hell.
right in the bicep.
Jesus. That guy's just mean. Look at him.
Jeez. That's it.
What's in a stereo from the 80s that made it so flat? Look at him go, oh God.
He's quite pathetic, isn't he?
He is very pathetic. It's like, how is he having time to get a breather?
Oh, yeah. What we didn't hear there is the sound.
The sound of a chainsaw.
One of the least effective chainsaws ever. Can't cut through a wooden.
I think
That
it might
could
be
be,
an
aluminum
bat.
yeah.
No, it's definitely wood.
nice.
Now this scene annoys me. Look how long it's going on for. Now we see him. There's no need for that scene to last that long.
Yeah.
But they have a little flashback to the Clark Gable film, which I quite like.
Oh yeah, the little voiceover. Because he's doing a remember. Gizmo can't drive for shit.
How strong are these gremlins as well? I mean, Billy's a 6 foot man. Go on, Phoebe Cates.
Phoebe Cates ripped open steel.
Yeah.
Broke it like a steel padlock with a bare hand. That's impressive. Oh, bright lights.
Oh, where's that chainsaw?
Oh, yeah, Chinch has gone through. Oh!
That just reminded me of seeing that. Have you seen the Crazies?
Yeah.
Tim and the Elephant? There's a scene with like a medical saw when it's just taking off like that. It's really good.
This won't be the first time I say this. I've met Timothy Oliphant.
Yeah?
Yeah.
What's he like?
He's a lovely chap.
Where'd that come
Piercing
across?
eyes.
He seems like he does seem, there's a Nerdist podcast with him in, and he seems like a good lad.
Yeah. I interviewed him for Hitman.
Oh wow.
Yeah. Roundtable interview, and all the other journalists. I said the other journalists, like I'm a journalist. They were all just like, oh yeah, it was really great. And I was sitting there thinking, do you have to say that? Because it was terrible. He was a nice guy.
Do you get to see Olga Kurylenko's boobs?
You do, yeah.
I'm just basically bringing up most things where you see boobs. They get a...
How is the dog there?
His dad just arrived.
Oh. But how did the dog know where to go?
You could sense it.
Has the dog got the shining?
Shilling, do you want to be sued?
I hate it. Like, most of these podcasts, it's just me chuckling to my own fucking jokes.
Look at this, it's like Poison Ivy's lair or something.
It is. Oh, that's got to be on the list of us to watch.
Oh, I don't know if
Batman
I
and
can
Robin.
Yeah, Batman and
The
Robin.
really shit Bane in it.
Yeah.
don't know if
That
I
guy
can-
died not long after that.
Did he?
The guy who played Bane.
The guy who did the art direction on the first Batman film committed suicide not long after the first Batman film came out.
It wasn't that bad.
They go, whoa, hey.
That poor dog, like.
This bit is pretty grim now. So
That's
it's
horrible.
Horrible. See what I said about pustules?
Yeah.
Ugh. Now, how long has it taken Gizmo to drive? You must have just been driving in circles for about half an hour. There he goes. Useless.
Useless.
So, and also, I don't understand. There you go. Gizmo saves the day. Boom. Light.
Get
Now
some.
this bit is incredible. It is very brain dead. Reminds me of Brain Dead a lot. Very splatter. It's
Jesus.
really horrible, actually. It's not even. It gets so much worse as well.
I'm melting.
He looks like the guy out of RoboCop when he falls
Yeah,
out of
yeah, yeah.
waste.
Help me! Don't touch me, man. That is fucking
He would
terrifying.
not buy that for $1.
no.
Look, here comes the dad. Just chatting away.
Yeah.
Look at this.
If I was in the room with that, I'd be like vomiting and like.
You know, a bit in Dogma where Jason Mewes is like just at the end going, "What the fuck is
Yeah.
that? Who the fuck is this? What the fuck's going on? What happened to that guy's head?"
His Onslaught to the
Kind of
rescue.
nonchalant though. Like, he's had a fucking
Yeah.
crossbow bolt through his arm.
Yeah.
He needs serious medical attention.
Maybe he's just like completely and utterly
Let's
concussed.
just slowly walk away.
Just walk it off, champ.
Just walking out there. Oh,
Did he pull the boat?
yeah. As he pulled it out, like, because his arm,
Gonna hit an artery, man.
his arm was just pissing blood, like.
Oh.
Look at that.
The still animated skeleton of a gremlin.
Just stomp on him.
Gee, oh god.
That is really gory. It's kind of well done, actually, though.
It's very thing-esque, very
Yeah.
brain dead.
It looks like the Toxic Avenger or something. Yeah. The dog would totally try and eat that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
No, he backs away.
No.
He knows better.
Maybe the dog eats that and becomes the dog out of the thing. Somehow. So, basically, I presume this is the same evening. You know, back to normal.
No, I think it's the same morning.
Oh yeah, it's the morning. Right, it's Christmas Day. So it's Christmas. It's Christmas night.
It's Christmas afternoon now. And none of them seem to be kind of like, whoo!
Accidents, fires, explosions. Did that kind of shook his head like some, teens went out and got drunk and like tipped over a bin, and that he's like, sure, what are they like? Here she is, the mother.
Yeah.
Old Chinese man.
Is he like 7? Oh no, okay. He looked like he was about 7 foot
It
tall.
would be funny if she just like had like just the knife still in her hand, like she's
Yeah.
just shaking. She couldn't let it go.
Stabbed to death.
Oh god! Oh god!
Which he has every right to do. He's just broken into her home. Not every right to do. I don't think it works like that. This whole bit, their home looks like the set of a sitcom. It looks like Ray Romano's house or something. It's very odd.
It looks like sort of Happy Days.
And it's quite a sad kind of note to end on.
Well, yeah, he gets taken away.
It just takes Gizmo
The
away.
moral of the story that is Gremlins is, and this is why you're not allowed nice things.
Because, okay, so they just... Chinaman, obviously very upset and annoyed.
But again, with great responsibility, with great power comes great responsibility.
I didn't mean it.
Didn't mean to get him wet.
Yeah, you didn't. You should be having a go at your son.
You do with Mogwai what society's done with all of nature's gifts. You do not understand.
This film is actually an ecological message in it.
You're not ready. Ready for what? A fucking tall talking bear.
So he walks towards the door, and Mogwai wants to say something, and you think, oh, maybe he'll say he wants to stay. You know, he's something to say. You know, it's maybe this is the reunite. They get reunited, and okay, they do live happily ever after. What does he say? To hear, you only have to listen. Bye, Billy. See you
Alright,
later.
we'll see you, Gizmo. Take it easy, mate.
He's happy. Apparently Mogwai, or the kind of rough translation is demon.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's right, man.
And this bit just baffles me. So Billy's dad wants to shill one of his other shit inventions. Which guy.
I like how Billy's dad's like annoyed the fuck out of you entirely.
Such a dick. They really missed a trick with the inventions. He should have had a load of things that could have been weapons.
Like in Arachnophobia, there's one cool bit where they use a nail gun.
Yeah.
It's granted it's overdone by the sound of a fucking pump action shotgun, but still, nonetheless.
Off he goes.
And here comes the narration again.
Narration.
Bookend the film.
There's a director's cut without a narration. It's like the final cut. Where was this in the entire film?
It's like he's walking into a painting.
To the chocolate box. You can never tell.
It just might be a gremlin in your house. Or your video player's knackered.
You need a new fuse.
Look at this podcast. What happened to Corey Feldman?
Feldman? Don't know. Chuck Jones? Who's Chuck Jones? Why do I... Oh, he's one of the voices of Sylvester and Bugs Bunny.
Yeah, you're right.
Well, that was that. Frank Welker, the voice of somebody else.
Michael Winslow.
Yeah. Thingy from Bob Burger.
Barney.
Bob Burgers.
Mushroom.
Oh yeah, I never
dog.
liked that.
The dog.
But the dog was called
Howie
Mushroom.
Mandel, that's not the guy from Fun Loving Criminals, is it?
No, that's Huey
Morgan. Wow.
Fucking hell.
Just checking.
Just just a hashtag, just saying. So that was Gremlins. Jesus Christ. For a 30-year-old film, considering what? Back to the Future's 29?
Back to the Future.
Oh no, it must have been the same year, because it's using the same... Oh no, is Back to the Future using the same set after this or before this?
We'll double check that.
We'll double check that out. But anyway, considering that there's films older than this that stand up a million times better, but then...
What's the general feeling of this film? Is it considered to be like a real classic, or...?
I think it's more in the kind of cult following,
Let's
is it?
see what Rotten Tomatoes has to say, because
IMDb give it 7.5.
I don't really... I guess at the time it might have been it was just so kind of laboured, you know?
Yeah.
Sorry, IMDb give it 7.2. It's just... Oh, I don't know, like, because it's you know, we paid about £4 to watch this, which is instantly £10 times less than it is to go to the cinema. But I still feel cheated nonetheless. I don't know. It didn't... Gremlins Mega Madness performed by Michael Sembello, Jesus.
84% on Rotten Tomatoes.
Really?
How?
High
How? When did... Yeah, so there's I mean, if you look at what this was up against, so was it... Did you say it was the same weekend as Indiana Jones? Same opening weekend?
Oh, same summer.
Same summer as Indiana
Temple of
Jones, Star Trek 3...
Ghostbusters.
And Ghostbusters, we could probably rip to shreds. However, I don't know, like, it's... Oh yeah, there's the Gremlins logo.
Yeah.
It's weird. Apparently the first use of the Amberlin Entertainment logo.
Oh, nice, okay.
E.T. as well. E.T. was out before this.
I genuinely don't care for E.T.
Really?
Yeah.
It turns me into a blubbering mess.
But there's certain bits of E.T. that are really freaky as well, like when they're in the hospital and it's like it's like Outbreak. But yeah, I mean, jeez, there's not much kind of redeeming qualities to Gremlins.
It seems to be put together in a really haphazard way.
Yeah, and like it's like the cast, there's no one there really, and it's just so oddly done in in terms of the people's reactions to stuff. When you actually, maybe when you're a kid and you're looking at it, and you just,
This was like
yeah.
this is easily a gateway drug into like horror films.
Yeah,
I like that. Yeah,
Like this is kind of like this. It definitely showed me that you can have a scary film but it still be funny, and then like that made instantly, like years to come after that, it was just like the Freddy and the Jason films, the Nightmare on Elm Street films, and so on, weren't as scary. I never saw them as scary films. The concept is terrifying, but that's the whole point of a horror film. But how it's then kind of,
it's the gore side of things, and this definitely has a bit of gore. I mean, that scene at the end is, pretty gruesome, especially for if you're a kid watching it. But I guess
I'm just reading through Roger Ebert's review for when the film came out, and I guess when you look at what he says, it makes a lot of sense that it's kind of, the whole thing is a bunch of scenes inspired by kind of almost cliche movie scenes. You've got the kind of mystical little shop, you've got the kind of new puppy for Christmas, you've got the kind of all the characters are archetypes, you've got the kind of old hag, the kind of crazy inventor, which I get, but I don't know.
you can't give it credit just for that, because we said halfway through it, we said like it felt like it was just one massive Warner Brothers, Steven Spielberg and his chums in joke kind of thing, him just like nodding it, or like of his friends, like kind of thing. Well, whereas Spaced, and like I'm akin it with Spaced because it's the only thing I can kind of like almost put as a parallel. Like, well, Spaced will do it as a nod to everyone watching. This just felt like it was just like you just wink it.
Self-indulgent.
Yeah, it's very self-indulgent. That's a much more succinctly way of putting it than I put it.
it seemed like just to be like a middle of the road project for Stevens, an in-betweeny movie that it was just like, okay, we could knock a bit franchise out of this, and he kind of just came in and.
But it took him 6 years to do the sequel.
Really?
Yeah, 1990 was Gremlins 2.
Must have been a slow year.
Yeah, but the weird thing about it, and I always do it with Steven Spielberg produced films, I always forget that somebody else directed it.
Yeah.
More probably somebody else wrote and directed it as well. It's just like, yes, Spielberg's name was all over it, but I half think that's to sell tickets for it. Rather than kind of, maybe I'm being way too harsh on it and stuff like that. And don't get me wrong, like it's a very gimmicky film, and I think that's why it rates for some people, because it's very nostalgic. It's very of its time. It's just the whole look of it screams 80s movie anyway. Like you could take any, like Indiana Jones as well. It's only. The only reason I know it's an 80s film is because it came out in the 80s and Harrison Ford is young as fuck in it. It's just like... But it'll stand up, whereas this, it just doesn't cut it at all.
I guess this was obviously made on a cheaper budget than things like that. But yeah, I rewatched the Indiana Jones trilogy quite recently, and that, like you say, it really holds up. Like it looks good, and it's funny, and it's sharp, and it's well edited, and... but this just felt kind of sloppy, and I guess that for some people that would be part of its charm, but it's just not. It wasn't doing it for me. I'm going to be totally honest. Some good bits, and I quite enjoyed the kind of splatter element to it, and I guess you got to give them props for making a film for families that included that kind of, for taking that risk. But it's interesting, you'd never get away with that stuff.
No.
So, in the same year that this came out, Ghostbusters, Neverending Story, Terminator, Nightmare on Elm Street, Spinal Tap, Karate Kid, Dune, Amadeus, Footloose, Temple of Doom.
Amadeus, what film?
Really?
Yeah. We should do a commentary on that.
Police Academy.
Michael Winslow.
Yeah, Michael Winslow. Once Upon a Time America.
Oh wow, there's a long one.
Yeah, 16 Candles, Romance in the Stone. Beverly Hills Cop came out the same year. So Jed Reinhold is playing like
A 23-year-old.
20-year-old guy in this, and like a 30-year-old cop in another film. Red Dawn.
It seems like it's just a collection. It's taken little bits of all those movies that you've just said there. Also
Conan the Destroyer. Conan, there was a very tenuous. I'm getting about it. There was a Conan comic book on Billy's bed at one point. In it, Splash. Jesus, Nausicaa of the Valley of the Wind, the Studio Ghibli film. It's weird, like.
No, those are films that stand up.
Yeah.
Blood Simple, the Coen Brothers film.
Wow, those.
Friday the 13th, final chapter.
And there you go. But that's it, like Richard. I mean, it's this. I think if you go back and watch a lot of those movies now, they're still as kind of, they hold up. But my God, this didn't at all. I could probably go through the rest of my life without watching this again.
Yeah, I think so. There is a film that came out in 1984 that I want us to watch, The Last Starfighter. You ever seen that one? That's very much. Purple Rain came out as well.
And 1984, I think.
And 1984 came out in 1984 as well.
Purple Rain, the Prince song?
No, Purple Rain the film. Amazing. Another film that came out in 1984, Runaway, with Tom Selleck. Gene Simmons is in that film as the bad guy. Yeah. I recommend that movie. That's my big rich recommendation of the week. Let me know on Facebook whether or not you've seen it. Please let me know. Please.
So what's, I guess, a kind of a closing
statement?
Well, whatever you do, however you watch this, be it on VHS, DVD, Blu-ray, Laserdisc, CDR, Betamax, download, rental, whatever, put it back in its case or X out of the screen and quite happily go about your business for the next God knows how many years.
I guess what you're trying to say, Rich, is sorry to everyone who did it. I don't know. I feel like we're going against the grain now. I think a lot of people would be like, what are you on about? It's Gremlins.
Yeah.
But I don't... Maybe it's one of those things that if you didn't get it first time round...
Yeah, it's weird. It's weird that we've found three people that don't hold it in nostalgic esteem as well. Like, it's weird. Like, if we said, and I'm apologising to everyone for mentioning the Back to the Future again, but like, for me, that's just not a nostalgic thing. That's a film that's been through me through my entire childhood and growing up.
Yeah.
That's come with me. That's like, you know, it's like a favourite blanket of a movie kind of thing. Whereas this, like, the only nostalgia is that it's an 80s movie kind of thing, and it reeks of it, and that's pretty much it. It's very much kind of turn it off, turn it on. Like, it's just that I'm just looking at because for those of you who don't know this, we're in Cahal's front room recording this. Just looking at the DVDs there, I could just call it Face Off. Look, listen to that. Just that alone, Face Off. Oh man, like, you know, and we did it in all our podcasts. We mentioned it, Starship Troopers.
Yeah.
Like, you know, we hold that in so much regard because there's a soft spot for it in our hearts, and it's just that how many people kind of will probably kick off at us because you can't rip apart Gremlins. It's just like.
Well, maybe this is it, Rich, because I was slightly surprised that Ghostbusters didn't get more votes. I think Die Hard's Die Hard.
Yeah.
Yeah, enough said. But I think I was actually surprised that Gremlins got more of the vote. But maybe if people do actually go back and watch it, their opinions might change also.
Yeah.
I don't know, maybe it is something that it was in your childhood and you... Like, as I said, it's not something that's on the whole time, where you can watch it over and over and over and over again. It's probably you watched it when you were younger, and then you never really watched it again since, but you still have that kind of good feeling about it.
I think I really want to go back and watch a lot of past classics just to see whether they kind of hold up. I don't know whether we'll watch them. I don't know, I quite like watching it and talking at the same time, whether or not it works out when you watch it back with sound on and stuff like that. But we'll let our listeners be the judge of that. But it'd be interesting to see kind of like what happens, like if we did, like we joked about it a lot, watch Predator. but I don't think we would rip it apart as much as
It'd be
we
very
are.
difficult not to quote along with it. That's the thing.
We might do a video podcast for the quote along a predator. Quotometer.
But yeah, I guess with our next one, we're looking at the 90s.
We're looking at the 90s, and I really don't want it to be Clueless.
You now know everyone's going to vote for
Yeah,
it.
everyone's going to vote for Clueless.
Vote for Clueless, see if we can.
Yeah, vote Clueless. Yeah. We'll just sit there in silence for an hour and a half.
Clueless is an okay film.
What? It's weird that I'd much prefer, and I'm going on record saying this, I'd much prefer to watch Mean Girls than Clueless.
That's a naughties film, isn't it?
Yeah, no.
Well,
I think you say that's a naughty film. not your copy of Mean Girls. I don't want to watch Andy.
But again, it'll be interesting to see what comes out of there, because there isn't. I think a lot of them are blockbusters we all know and love. There isn't that kind of Gremlins one where it was kind of like, oh yeah, watch that when we were back in the day, we never quite got it.
Because I kind of I think I was billing this on our Facebook pages. Hey, we're going to watch both of them, and we're going to do a video. We're going to do a commentary for both of them. It was just like, no, I can't even make myself watch Gremlins 2 now. It's just
what we need now is a palate cleanser.
Yeah, we need to
just might put on Face Off actually.
So I just leave it running for Face Off and just see what happens. Cool. Has anyone got anything else they would like to add?
No, just again.
Thinking Andy's face is a get me out of here.
It's like he's just come back from Nam.
Yeah, Andy's seen some shit.
PTSD after that.
I got a cream for that. Again, just have a look at our what's available on the Facebook and the Twitters. The Twitter is _ the smoking gun _
What's the Facebook page?
What is the Facebook page, Rich?
The Facebook page is facebook.com/the Smoking Gun Podcast.
Yeah.
And you can see all our votes and links. Let us know what you think about this one, because this is going to be a pain in the ass to edit, but I think I'm just going to only chop out a few bits and bobs. So this will be up on SoundCloud and not Instagram, SoundCloud and iTunes as soon as we can. But yeah, let us know what you think about this, and yeah, please stick. I'm saying this at the end of the podcast.
You realise that for people to have heard that, they would have had to have listened to it.
Yeah, I know. That's what I was about to say. Like, yeah, we go, please listen to us. It's just like, no, click. No, it's 10 minutes into it. So if you've got this far, thank you so much. Let us know how we got on, whether or not you want us to do one of these again.
Hey, you know what? People can email us as well, right?
People can email us at
smokinggunbrwc@gmail.com.
I didn't know that at all.
No.
And
I do now.
Obviously, another shout out to our friends at Battle Royale.
Oh, absolutely.
.com.
We miss you all.
Yes, we do miss you all. We'll be back again. I'm thinking we'll probably end up doing one soon-ish, probably about the same vibe. Maybe we might sneak one in, a different one in before our 90s one. We don't know, but keep voting. Everything's on our Facebook and our Twitter. Brilliant. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Rich, and thank you, Andy.
Hey. It's us, eh?
Hey.
It's us. It's us.
Hey.
Brilliant. I've been Big Rich. You've been beautiful. Good night.
We don't get to say goodbye, do we?
No, you don't get to say goodbye.
Goodbye.
The Smoking Gun, only on Battle.
Royale with you.
Oh, you won't play that in IMDb.
No, you will.
You will.